I felt like talking about monsters, so let's talk about some monsters. Today we'll be talking about one of my all-time favorites, the corn beast himself, Red King. In the world of Japanese special effects productions, there is a vast array of creatures, beasts, heroes, and villains. You got your Kaijus, you got your Power Rangers, your Kamen Riders, your magical girls, and a whole lot more. A lot more weird stuff. Lots of tentacle beasts. Who would have figured? When you think of giant monsters, I'm sure that Godzilla is probably the first thing to come to mind, or maybe Mazinger or Gundam or any other variation of a super robot. Our subject today, however, lives inside of the Ultraman universe. Fit right in beside the radioactive lizard himself, these two have never actually met. Sadly, Red King will never go toe-to-toe with Godzilla, unless we get really, really lucky someday. For now, Red King has been paired up many times with a few different Ultraman and lots of different Kaiju. From his first appearance in Ultraman 66 all the way until today, we'll be taking a look at everything there is to know about Red King. Is he fast? Is he strong? Is there more than one type of Red King? What kind of moves does Red King have? Why is his name Red King if he's very obviously not red?
Ever gone mountain biking?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
What's the right tip?
Well, these are all questions that will be answered. We'll go through a few episodes of Red King's best moments so that together we can watch some of his biggest triumphs or his biggest failures. Stick around, leave a like or a follow if you're so inclined, and let's get right into the battle creature breakdown of Red King. If I were to give Red King a monster breakdown, I'd say he best fits the description of a giant, rock-type, bipedal, close to medium range lizard beast.
I tip my hat to the New World Order and suggest all of you drink more fluoride.
It's all of these traits that make him stand out the most. There's a certain trait that he's lacking here, though. He's not red. He's not even red in the slightest. There's a reason everyone calls him the corn monster, and it's not just from his silly scales. He appears at most time to be sort of yellow. So why the name? Where does red fit into this royal equation? Well, it all starts back in 1965, or maybe even earlier, with the pre-production phases of the first season of Ultraman. Before it was officially named as Ultraman, the hero name being considered was simply Red Man. The ultimate hero needed an ultimate villain, so instead of any old random monster, his rival would be the king of monsters. This creature would be called Red King. After the name was changed to Ultraman, he just kind of kept his name. I couldn't find any specific reason why, but if I had to guess, it was just too cool to let it go. Once they named him that, it just stuck, and to this day he's known as that, Red King. The screeching roar that you hear was a combination of the two biggest franchise kaijus at the time. Godzilla's screech was spliced together with a slowed down King Kong growl. The king of all monsters needs a legendary cry, and this combination was sure to produce heat.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
I think it's probably one of the best monster noises. Does Red King have any solo media? No, he does not. Red King is only found in the Ultraman series and the Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, which we'll discuss and watch some of later. If you're unfamiliar with the Ultraman series, I'll give you a brief explanation I got from Google. Ultraman is a Japanese superhero franchise about a giant alien hero who fights monsters and other alien invaders to protect the Earth. The character is often a being from the M78 Nebula who combines with a human host, allowing them to transform into the giant Ultraman to battle threats from around the world, and other worlds, and space. Lots of space monsters. The other series, Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, follows the adventures of space exploration team Zap Spacey, which crash lands on a monster-filled planet and teams up with a mysterious young man named Ray. Ray uses a device called the Battlenizer to summon and control giant monsters in battles, kind of like a video game, Pokemon style. The story continues across sequels and a movie, which culminate in a conflict with the evil Ultraman Belial and his army. Ultraman Belial would actually be another pretty cool video for this series. If you want to see that, just let me know. Though Red King usually appears live in the rubbery flesh suit, he has been featured in one single anime, The Ultraman from 1979. Red King is monogamous, and he does mate for life. Red King is seen in Ultraman the Ultimate Hero, which we will watch later, and in Ultraman Z, we see a Red Queen protecting her egg. This makes me wonder what a red wedding would look like. Probably lots of rocks. And lastly, for our facts section, Red King does have a rival, and that is in Gamora. These two have fought on many occasions and have even teamed up a few times. Part 2, Stats. As we've seen, Red King comes in a couple different flavors. Other than just the Red Queen, we've got 4 different variations. Base form, which is the Red King suit made in 1966. Powered Red King, who we've seen with his wife. EX Red King, which is the Flame Fist version. And Sphere Red King, who looks super spacey. Let's see what each one of these can do, starting off with the OG himself, Red King base form. Red King first appeared in Ultraman Episode 8. His usual build is 45 meters tall and 20,000 tons of pure man-meat. His abilities and powers include the following. Super Strength. Red King has been seen to rip the limbs off his opponents, ones of similar size. I would classify that as Super Strength. Rock Smash. In his natural environment, the king loves to grab big rocks. He's a very rock-centered guy. He's got the strength to smash them all to bits and toss them around. Many boulder throws when this guy's in your neighborhood. Rock Projectiles. Red King's got an iron stomach. He can eat rocks to store them and spit them out like bullets. If Red King just ate his lunch, I would stay at least 100 meters away. Wrestling and MMA. Red King's best ability is his A1 wrestling. He knows all the moves and he could probably rival John Cena in the ring. He's been seen to put many monsters in headlocks, take many foes to a ground and pound, and even single-leg takedowns. He's called the king for a reason. Headbutt Charge. Bullheaded is an understatement. This headbutt can turn mountains into rubble and stomachs into dust. Berserk. Not the smartest beast in the zoo, but he is quite strong, and when he's angry enough, he can go into a frenzy of rage. Berserk mode is best kept far, far away. Razor Teeth. These teeth can penetrate even the Ultra armor, so that Earth Tech probably couldn't put up much of a fight. Spinning Tail Smack. Another staple move, the Spinning Tail Smack. I think I've seen him do a 360 overhead tail smack too. He's got a real strong tail. But for all of his strengths, he must also have a weakness, and those would be hits to the feet. He's got big toes, he's top heavy, you get the picture. You shoot some rockets at his feet, and that's going to give you a pretty good effect. Hits to the throat. A big enough punch to his neck can definitely take him out. Though he can swallow bombs, he can't always take a haymaker. Aim for the jugular. Low intelligence creature. Mr. King is not passing any exams. He barely knows what's going on around him other than smash, kill, destroy. I've seen some slow folks in my time, and Red King would definitely be riding the short bus if you ask me. Low agility. With massive strength and armored scales comes bulky movements and a slow reaction time. If Red King isn't up close, he's usually at a disadvantage. Powered Red King. Powered Red King is from Ultraman Powered, Episode 3, 1995. He shows up at a good 70 meters tall and his wife is about 60. He weighs 42,000 tons opposed to Red Queen's 33,000 tons. Many of his abilities are the same as his base form. This version is about 30 meters taller, which makes him a lot stronger. With the bonus strength, he becomes more of a heavy hitter as well. The same with his tail, he now comes equipped with a heavy version of his tail smash for extra smashing power. Weaknesses. No more rock projectiles. This form is all fists and fury. He's totally susceptible to rockets and any sort of projectiles. He's much slower than his base form, almost lethargic in his movement, and is nowhere near as dexterous as before. Clocking in at 49 meters tall and 24,000 tons, this new Red King looks much different. With giant fists and a more rock-like appearance, he gains many new powers. Along with his base form abilities, his new body is a fired-up version of before. He can use a lava body technique to power himself right up. This version doesn't just hit hard, but he hits hot too. His new fists are packed with explosive punches, sparking with every single hit. EX Red King can use the Flame Slam ability, which causes roads of fire to smash into the opponent in front of him. This is a medium ranged attack and is very, very powerful. EX Red King is also known to be able to send a lava ball from his overheated core. An AoE Earthquake Slam is just like it sounds. When EX takes a heavy overhand hit to the ground beneath him, seismic waves are sent out like an earthquake, devastating nearby buildings and creatures all around. Finally, for the abilities, all good Red Kings really need a basic overhead smash. Weakness. As with most iterations of Red King, EX King is also slower. He is prone to heat exhaustion or gassing himself out if he goes too hard. If he uses too much explosive power, he may also just damage himself. This is a very unstable but powerful version of the Skull Monster. Sphere Red King. First graced the silver screen in Ultraman Decker Episode 9, 2022. At 45 meters tall and 25,000 tons of mass, this king is certainly a formidable creature for anybody to face. His new abilities include being much, much stronger than before. With all his power-ups, this one is usually a given. His tunneling ability has grown substantially. Now he's able to burrow directly into the earth. An energy fist has been added to his arsenal, along with a shockwave ability, bursting from his core, a fire breath, a sonic headbutt, and another AoE earthquake slam. This version of Red King is most likely the strongest we've seen. His weaknesses are limited, but they include having no ranged attacks. This is a close quarters beast, just like his cousins. He's definitely weak to external energy overloads. If someone were to give him too much power, too much juice, he might just go up in flames, he might burst. and being an energy beast, he is also very weak to EMPs. Finally, Red Sphere King is less armored, which means he's more vulnerable to piercing damage. Now that we've learned all we can about Red King, let's take a look at a couple of his best moments. We'll be taking a look at the first episode of Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, which features a good amount of Red King. After that, we'll watch episode 3 of Ultraman Super, which is a funny 90s Americanized version of the show, with suits that were made for a more Western audience. They look pretty good. They look pretty decent, I like them a lot. Ultraman Powered Episode 3.